Hey, what's up guys? My name's Evan here and welcome back to another Minecraft video. As you can see by the title of this video, I'll be talking about another update concept. This is going to be the first update concept video out of the 9 I'm going to do on the channel. This is just for update concepts that I thought would be a good idea to come to the game for Minecraft. No, none of these 9 updates add new biomes, but they improve new biomes. Of course, one of those is caves, but caves don't have biomes until the update comes out for my update concept. I'm right after these videos are posted and everyone sees them, I'm going to try and look, for some type of thing to make Minecraft add-ons like Blockbench or Bridge and all that kind of stuff. But again, I don't know what to use. So if you guys have any suggestions, leave them in the comments down below. But this is going to be my first update concept video. This will not be a new series, only because it's just going to be a short series. And it's just going to be 1 out of 9 videos. Or just 9 videos, I would say. So the first one is going to be for the Plains and Forest update. This might be a long or short video. But yeah, this will be an every Monday thing as planned at the moment. And yeah, let's get right into this. The way we do this is going to be, we go from mobs to nature to mechanics, structures, blocks, and items. The mobs can be from passive, neutral, or hostile mobs. For nature, it's like new trees or plants, foods, or other like saplings. For mechanics, it's like new mechanics, structures, and then new blocks and items. Anyways, the first mob I would like to get added is actually a bird. And this is a very, one of my favorite animals of all time. I mean, if you even want to know, just look at my name. Look at my name, AZ Cardinals 1228. It's a cardinal. Now, I haven't seen one cardinal add-on on Xbox, or not Xbox, I should say, on Minecraft at all, besides the one I made from a very cheap app on iOS. That's it. This is the one I made, and it looks absolutely terrible. Because I literally just replaced the parrot model, and as you can see, it doesn't look that good. And you could also see next to it a new item, which is red arrows, which we'll get into that in a second. But for the cardinal, it only spawns in the regular forest. It spawns in the sunflower field. It also spawns in the taiga and the snowy plains. And its HP is 5. It's passive, and it has a speed like the regular parrot in the game. And its drops are going to be the red feather, which is 0 to 2. Now, this is a red feather, and you're like, what is it? Well, chickens actually drop regular feathers, which is a white feather. If you just take that feather and just turn that feather to a white feather, and then use that same, make a different type of feather, but make it all red. Pretty much a red feather. It's just a red feather. That's what I'm talking about. And that's what a cardinal will drop. It will drop 0 to 2. These red feathers can actually make red arrows, so pretty much it would use the same recipe as a regular arrow, but this time with the red arrow you can just make, with the red feather you can make a regular red arrow. And yeah, that's really that. It's a good customization to the arrows, but that's it for their drops. For its use, you could breed them with sunflower seeds, which this is what they would look like. And these is what cockatoos can eat, which is a different type of bird, which I'll talk about them in the Badlands update concept. And the cardinals would also eat these. Now, how would you get these? Now, for sunflowers and sunflower seeds, wouldn't it make sense if you destroyed the sunflower and it gave you sunflower seeds? I think it would make sense. It would probably give you like a 50% chance of getting the sunflower seeds, or a 25% chance when you destroy a sunflower, like a regular sunflower. It would make sense. And then for a different use, it actually can also eat berries. So if you take the regular berries in the game, which only spawn in the taiga, and you actually die in the taiga, like the same biome the cardinal's in. So let's just say you're in the taiga, or whatever biome it spawns in. You die somehow. Let's just say a creeper explodes, you're wearing no armor, you die. You find berries, because you find berries and you can't find where your loot is. You find a cardinal, of course, hold the berries, the cardinal comes to you. When you give the berries to the cardinal, they would pretty much lead you to your loot. I think it's pretty useful if that was the thing. They would lead you to your loot pretty much. And it would have a use on them instead of just being there, useless, like some of these animals in this game. So that's the cardinal in my opinion, and that's how its use would be. Now we're going to go into the next passive mob, which is going to be the Hummingbird. It's going to be a pretty fast mob. It's going to drop at least 0 to 2 sugar. It will also drop, depending on what its color is, orange feathers, green feather, blue feathers, and purple feathers, which is 0 to 2. Its biomes that is located in is, of course, the flower forest, the plains, and the regular forest. And its use is that sugar, flowers, or the new nectar flowers can be breedable. It could also be sometimes found in these small bird nests, which is also a new item in the game. It could also be found on different trees. The final bird in this update is actually going to be the duck with an HP of 5. Its speed is pretty much the same as a chicken, I would say. It's going to be passive. It will drop 0 to 2 green and brown feathers, and it will be only found in, of course, in the plains, mostly part of the ponds and lakes, as well as the new structure. And we'll get into the new structure when we get up to the structures. Its use is pretty much breedable with wheat seeds, and it's sometimes found in barns, which is the new structure as well. We have 4 more mobs left to do, and this is the last flyable mob. And this is a mob I was a bit iffy about when putting into this. And this was the butterfly with an HP of 3. Its speed would be like the parrot, which doesn't really make sense. Maybe a little faster than that. It's passive, obviously. Its drops, it would be pretty much color dye of whatever color it is, and it would pretty much be 0 to 2 of that piece of dye. Its biomes, of course, is going to be the flower forest, but it also is going to be spawning in the jungle. When we get up to the jungle update concept, we'll talk about that. And it's not breedable or tameable whatsoever. Now, this animal that we're going to talk about is actually going to be the only non-passive animal or mob, and this is going to be a neutral animal. This is going to be the brown bear, and its HP is going to be 20. Now, I know it's a lot of HP, and really this pretty much HP or health would pretty much be like the normal health of like a zombie, skeleton, creeper. I'm pretty sure. Its speed is pretty much like the polar bear. It's neutral, and just like the polar bear, if it has a baby and you don't even attack any of it at all, it will still attack you. So it's going to attack you if it has a baby. And again, this is just like the polar bear. Even if you don't even attack it at all, it's just going to attack you if it has a baby. And if it doesn't have a baby, it's just going to leave you alone until you breed it. Raw cod, which is also what it drops as well. And it drops 0 to 2. Its biomes is going to be the regular forest, the rooftop forest, and the birch forest. I would probably remove the birch forest and just have the regular forest and rooftop forest. But I think the birch forest is also good as well. So it spawns in more places than just those two. Its use, it is breedable with raw cod, as I said again. And it can actually get golden salmon very rarely from lakes. So if it's by a lake and it goes into a lake, when it's getting like regular salmon or cod, if you're lucky, you can even get golden salmon. And this is a feature that I'm going to talk about again when we go into the snowy biomes update, which will be the last update concept we talk about. And it actually kind of some type of use. The golden salmon is new, and we'll get into the golden salmon when we get up to the foods. But that's actually going to be the brown bear and the only neutral mob on this list. Now the last 2 animals, which we only have 2 more left, are both passive. The first one is going to be the deer, which has an HP of 10. Its speed, I just put the speed like a horse, and it's passive. Its drops are going to be raw deer meat, which raw deer meat gives you 1 hunger bar. And biomes it's found in is the regular plains, the forest, the birch forest, and the rooftop forest. So it has pretty much as much biomes as the cardinal, like the same amount, not the same biomes, but the same amount of biomes, so pretty much 4. And its use is it's breedable with grass, and the only way to get grass is from shears. And if you heard the background noise, that's my dog snoring, so I apologize. But yeah, it is breedable with grass, which I know doesn't really make too much sense, but it is useful if you need food. Yeah, it kind of sucks to say that, but it is a food source like regular animals like the pigs and sheep. Again, I don't like saying that, and I wouldn't really get it as a food source anyways. But it is useful when it's cooked deer meat, which we'll talk about those two when we get up to food as well. And the last animal on this list is going to be the squirrel, which has an HP of 5. Its speed is actually be just like the rabbit. It's passive, and it's going to be like the rabbit, where if it spots you, it's just going to run away from you. Pretty much. Its drops is going to be the regular nut, which is going to be a new food, 0 to 2. Its biomes, it's going to be the forest and the birch forest, mostly more the birch forest than the regular forest. Its use is that it's breedable with nuts, with other squirrels. It could run up trees. Some of these other animals, like the Jungle and Badlands update, we're going to add animals that can go on trees and climb on trees. Not that fast because they're both slow. It could also eat nuts similar to pandas eating bamboo. And you might be thinking, how does that work? Well, pretty much when you give panda bamboo, I think you can even give it cake as well. They pretty much sit up and eat it right in front of you, like don't move at all. That's pretty much how the squirrel would work, and it usually is also in nut trees. Well, that's it for the mobs. And now we're going to go into the nature, which pretty much talks about trees, plants, foods, and other. The only trees are added is the apple tree and the nut tree. The apple tree is pretty much made out of oak leaves, and the nut tree is, or not leaves, but like the wood pretty much. And nut tree is with birch wood, like regular. I didn't want to do both oak because birch would get nothing and oak would have 2 food type trees, so I just split it right there. This is probably what they would look like if you could see it on the screen. Like the first few pictures you're about to see is some pictures of the apple tree of like what it could look like, and then the last picture is going to be for the nut tree of how that could look like. Again, the nut tree isn't like regular nuts; it's just walnuts. It looks like, but this isn't this. That's not how a nut tree isn't gonna look like. That's not how it's gonna look like. It's just gonna look like a regular nut kind of food, not like that. And honestly, the nut tree you just saw the last picture, it kind of looks ugly in my opinion, and I'm not really the biggest fan of it. And that's gonna be all the trees. And for the plants, I just added the nectar flowers, which we've talked about before. I don't have any pictures of them, but the nectar flowers would come in colors of red, orange, brown, green, blue, and purple when this update releases. It could be crafted as well with 1 piece of sugar and 1 of 6 colored flowers. And its food, which we're going to talk about now, pretty much the foods that come up in this update. And there's actually 6 foods that come up in this update. And here are all the foods that will be in this update. There's the nut, which gives you 1 hunger bar. There is the raw deer meat, which gives you 1 hunger bar, and cooked deer meat gives you 3. Corn gives you 2 hunger bars, and it's only found in the barn. The tomato gives you 2.5 hunger bars, which is also only found in the barn. And the last food is the golden salmon, which gives you 3.5 hunger bars. The pictures you're about to see is how a tomato plant, I think, and a corn should pretty much be grown if it's in the game, of course, and that's how I think they should personally be farmed. The corn would pretty much be like, I would say like carrots, potatoes, beetroot, where you could just use the food and it acts like seeds. When for the tomato seeds would pretty much act like the wheat seeds, and the tomato would act like wheat pretty much, but of course the tomato would be eatable, obviously. So you would have to use the tomato seeds to plant the tomato instead of just the regular tomato food in the game. And the other stuff is, of course, the sunflower seeds, which is 50% chance of getting from sunflowers. I posted the image of it before when we talked about the cardinal. The apple and nut tree saplings, so of course their own respective saplings, and tomato seeds as well. The final stuff I wanted to talk about was, of course, the mechanics, the structures, the blocks, and the items. And the mechanic we talked about before when we talked about the cardinal was the cardinal leading you to your loot if you feed the cardinal berries. And originally I had this to where it was only in the plains and forest biome. Now I don't know if I want to, or not just the plains and forest biome, like the regular biomes that cardinal's in. But I don't know, like, should I have it in all biomes? Like, it would It would be more useful as all biomes, but that might be too OP. If whatever you guys decide in the comments down below, what do you think? Should the cardinal lead you to your loot in every single biome, so that if you feed berries, like to it, like in let's just say the plains biome, should it lead you and you die in the desert biome? Let's just say should it go all the way to that biome, or should it just be in the biome that you're in? I don't know. Say in the comments down below if you're watching it at this point. There are two structures. There is the barn and the abandoned barn, which we talked about before. And of course, the regular barn has a lot of exclusive stuff to it, surprisingly, which we're going to go into right now. And of course, the first picture is probably what the barn would look like. You would probably picture what the abandoned barn would look like anyways. The abandoned barn... Well, actually, let's talk about the regular barn. The regular barn is found near plains villages. So if there's a plain village in your world, it's going to be found near there. If there's no plain village in your world, you're just going to see a regular barn there. You know, just regularly there. It depends. It will always have a farmer villager, at least 1 to 3. It will always, if it's near a plains village, it will have most likely 3 villagers. The animals in the barn, you'll have from pigs, sheep, cow, chicken, the ducks, which are new, the cats, the horses, the donkeys, the rabbits, and mules are found there. So the only new animal out of those is the ducks. Everything else you see in the game already. 30% of the time, when you find the barn, there is a mushroom cow in there. And you might be thinking, why would there be a mushroom cow in there, Evan? Huh? Well, actually, I thought this would be really cool. The mushroom biome locator map would also be found in here if there's a mushroom cow. I'll talk about the mushroom locator map in a second, but the corn and tomato are also exclusive to the barn. So you can't find the corn and tomato in the plains village or whatnot. They can only be found in the barn. And for the abandoned barn, which pretty much I would say has the same rarity of, or same percentage of, like a regular abandoned village spawning in, it would have either a pillager or an illager. I think a pillager is more likely, but an illager I think would be cool. I think a pillager is probably the better option in my opinion for the abandoned barn. I think it would make more sense than an illager. The raids don't affect the barns at all. Don't matter if it's a barn or an abandoned barn. The raids don't affect it unless the raid you start in that plains village is nearby the regular barn and they actually come in the direction where the barn is. They might go there. Who knows? For the mushroom biome locator map, pretty much you'll find this in the barn if there is a mushroom calendar, and it will lead you to the nearest mushroom biome, of course, if there is a mushroom biome in your world. But I'm going to go into the blocks and items. Now, there's a total of 17 blocks, and there's a total of 33 items. So if you combine that number together, you're going to get a total of 50 blocks and items. For the blocks, there is the... Now, I won't show pictures of them, but there is the dirt slab, the dirt stairs, the grass block slab, and grass block stairs. There is the full grass block, which is on Java. I don't know what... If you don't know what it is, I'll show a picture of it now. Yeah, if you've seen this block, you only see it on Java. I think it would make more sense if it's in this, especially this kind of update. There's also the apple block, the sugar block, which, again, the apple block would kind of be a waste. I think the sugar block would kind of be useful because it kind of makes you go fast. I would say pretty much the same speed as the regular swiftness potion. There's also the red bricks, which is lighter than the regular bricks. There is the white bricks. And, of course, for variants, you would have pretty much the regular white and red brick for slabs, stairs, and walls. And you would also have the apple tree leaf block and the nut tree leaf block. Those are all the 17 blocks. And now we're going to get into the 33 items. There is, of course, the small and large bird nest. There's also the mushroom biome locator map, the sunflower seeds, the raw deer meat, the cooked deer meat, the nut, the corn, the golden salmon, the tomato seeds, the apple tree saplings. There is the bird feeder, which we'll get into that in a second. There's also the red, orange, green, blue, purple, and brown feathers, arrows, and nectar flowers. So those 3 would be there as well. The bird feeder would be found in the barns, which I probably should have mentioned that before. And they could also be found, I guess, in like regular chests, like in structures. You can place the bird feeder anywhere, either on walls, ceilings, on the floor, and you can put like regular seeds in it, regular wheat seeds, melon seeds, I guess, tomato seeds, any seeds in the game pretty much. Sunflower seeds would be pretty useful, and some birds nearby would come over and eat from the bird feeder. I think would be useful. I think it would be cool, and I wouldn't have a problem with it. And that's going to do it for this whole Plains and Forest update. The next update I'm going to go talk about is going to be the jungle update, which will be next week as planned. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this update video, or not update video, update concept video, what I think a Plains and Forest update would look like in Minecraft. If you guys want more of these, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, and yeah, like the video as well. If I reach 400 subscribers up to this point, this would be my 400 subscriber special, which I know I said that with my Minecraft Dungeons video, and when I'm recording this, it's only a few days away. I'm not even halfway to 400. Well, actually, I am halfway to 400. What am I saying? But I am pretty close to 400, halfway, 50 subs. And yeah, if I reach 400 by this point, which I probably won't, but if I do, this will be my 400 subscriber special. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this update concept video for the Plains and Forest update. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next Minecraft update concept video. This is going to be part 1 out of 9, so I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.